Hey guys, it's Jay. Welcome back to the channel. Man, what a day, what a week. Today, though, in particular, has been ridiculously crazy. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with what's been happening all over the toy news. So many great announcements. If you're a Transformers fan, man, what a huge amount of announcements that happened today. If you're a WWE fan, man, what a huge number of announcements that have been made today. Developments that have happened today. Oh my God, things have just been going absolutely freaking crazy. I can't believe what's happened in a single freaking day. And then, just to top everything off, I found out about something which really kind of piqued my interest as an anime fan. Guys, today, this whole freaking week has just been pretty much everything under the sun went freaking 0 to 180, in less than a couple of days. It was really nuts. Anyway, guys, my name is Jay. Welcome back to the stream. How are you guys doing tonight? Again, it's thank you for joining me. 1 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. You guys are incredible. How are you guys doing out there tonight? Are you guys doing well? Staying safe? Have you guys been hunting out there? Have you found a lot of the figures that you've been looking for? Have you been watching any new shows like, the Suicide Squad or maybe Black Widow or any of the new, television shows that have been on any of the streaming services that have happened this lately? Master Universe Revelations, The Bad Batch, any of the new shows that have been streaming. Sorry, I keep talking about cartoons. I'm not really that much into live action, but I do love watching live action movies and stuff like that. Well, again, mostly comic book related. But yeah, would love to discuss any and all things that you guys have been up to. Please let me know in the chat. How are you guys doing? How's everybody? How's it been for you guys? Man, this week has been freaking crazy though, hasn't it? It's just been ridiculous. Okay, there are a few people in the chat right now. Diecast Fly, yo, how are you? I'm good, Diecast Fly. Good to see you, my friend. Armando, good to see you, my friend. Happy Friday the 13th. It's still Friday here. Yes, it's Friday 13th already passed for us. Whole bunch of different all the superstitious part of that is already gone, so we're good. Jason's no longer chasing anybody. Fabulous Disaster. Hello, Fabulous Disaster. Good to see you. Hello. We got Doink. Yes, we got Doink. We do have Doink, which is crazy. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. One of the big things I wanted to talk about today. Because as I expected, FOMO kicked in large for a lot of people, and a lot of people actually started talking about the campaign. Pretty much in the last couple of days, a lot of YouTubers decided to get on board, like myself. So congratulations to everybody. Diecast Fly, a whole lot of stuff going on today. Absolutely, it was freaking nuts. It was insane. Hawkins, oh yeah, Randy Savage's voice, 100%. We got the Macho Man in the house. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Armando, been catching up on Titans on HBO Max. Nice. That is cool. I haven't watched the live-action series of Titans. Is that any good? Armando, let me know. Raymond. Hey, Raymond. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Ba, weep, grana, weep, mini bang. Yes, ba, weep, grana, weep, mini bang. Absolutely. The universal greeting works every time. Now, without making any sudden moves, give them an energon goodie. Yeah, that's dangerous. Never feed the animals, guys. Never feed the animals. JTY W27. Evening, Jay. I am super excited about the Slam Dunk movie announcement. I hope that with this movie we will get some figure arts or Figma figures. That would be great. It would be. I would love to get a Sendo. Oh, Sendo-kun. Wow, that's awesome. Diecast Fly. They have listings for Motu Origins, Flying Fist He-Man, Terraclaw Skeletor, Stridor, Sunman, Sorceress, Horde Trooper, etc. What did I tell you, Diecast Fly? You were concerned. You were a bit concerned about the line thinning out. I do not think so. I think the line is going to continue. I think they're going to milk that as far as they can go with the Masters of the Universe Origins. I know in certain provinces, in certain states, a lot of figures have been peg warming. Here, Raman and Clamchamp seem to just be clogging the aisles. It's getting crazy, but have faith. I'm pretty sure things are going to turn around pretty, soon, especially with new figures, and hopefully, fingers crossed, new developments in the cartoons and stuff like that. Well, we will see. Fabulous Disaster. I enjoy the show. What if? I have heard some things about it. I'm curious. I am curious, and not enough to watch it just yet. I'm taking my time. I've got other shows to watch, so I'm not really going crazy about it. But yeah, the What If series has always been interesting. We talked a little bit about The Watcher the other day. So yeah, it's always cool to speculate on new shows, especially anything from Marvel. Marvel, of course, is a big behemoth right now. They're the big juggernaut in the industry, and by default, that includes Disney. So yeah, it's an interesting kind of thing that's happening right now with the comic book industry in general. Right Buzz, hey Mega J, I got a question. If you can reboot any cartoon show or live action show, which would it be and why? I don't like reboots. Generally speaking, I'm going to say I don't like reboots. I would love to see, but I will say this: if I could do live action, I want them to actually get the Last Airbender live action show that they've been talking about for years off the ground. I think that would be great. So far, they still haven't been able to do it. So that in and of itself is kind of a disappointment. But I understand where it's coming from. M. Night Shyamalan's efforts didn't really bear fruit. He didn't really know enough about the source material to really make it into a good movie. And he pretty much did he tried to do a one-to-one thing. So it kind of didn't work. I think that if the original creators actually did have their way with Netflix, directing the show and getting it off the ground, I think it would be a much better effort, in my opinion, right? And of course, melding the martial arts with the actual earthbending, waterbending, firebending, and airbending, I think that would be the ideal situation, because the way M. Night Shyamalan did it with the martial arts and the airbending and the bending disciplines, he sort of just kind of said, yeah, you guys do some fancy, martial arts katas, and we'll fill it in with cool special effects. It doesn't work that way. That's not what airbending about. Airbending is an organic mixture. So the organic forms of the way they actually do the moves. They literally create the motion to actually bring out the bending. So that's something I don't think M. Night Shyamalan really understood, and he just said, "Yeah, just do a bunch of martial arts, fancy footwork, and we'll make the rest happen, and we'll make it look good." And it didn't work. It didn't work. And I appreciate the idea of adding different ethnicities into the mix, but primarily the whole story revolved around the Asian culture, primarily for Chinese and Japanese, and maybe even some Korean, tie-ins. But bringing in other Asian cultures was a great idea. I think I personally agreed with it. I thought it was a great idea, but I don't think the overall execution hit the mark. And I'm hoping that they get another chance to do it. Hopefully with a primarily Asian cast. I think that would be really, really cool. And it was kind of weird that Katara and Sokka were actually the only Caucasian-looking people in a village of Inuit, right? That was really very odd. I didn't like you look at the rest of the village. They're all Inuit people, right? But they were the only two Caucasian-looking people, and even Aang himself, he was Caucasian. So that again, very strange way of doing things. Right, so I hope that they get another chance at it, and I hope that the casting is a little bit more diverse, or focused, if it's a Chinese, if it's a primarily Chinese based series, then make it a Chinese or Asian influenced series. Like the Kyoshi Island was definitely inspired by Japan, right? The rest of the world was inspired by many Chinese cultures. So definitely try to keep a focus on what the goal is, right? Again, involving other Asian countries, not a problem. I don't mind that. I don't mind that the firebenders might be an Indian culture. that actually might be interesting. It might be an interesting take on it. But, you know, the execution needs to be a little bit more closer to the source material, not divergent to a point where, you know, the bending just didn't work as well as it did on screen that it did in the show. Again, there were a lot of things which kind of missed the mark. Is all I'm saying on M. Night Shyamalan. I've always maintained that if I was allowed to recut that film, I think the pacing is really where things kind of like, you know, did their thing. It was kind of weird, but I would love to have the chance to actually recut it in my own way, and you know, get the pacing up. Maybe see a bit more martial arts mixed with the bending properly, and I think it would actually be a much better film. Anyway, that's only my opinion. You know, guys, please let me know if you guys agree or if you disagree. Hopkins, I found Oracle for $14.99 on Amazon. That's awesome, dude. He's literally one of the hardest figures to find. How are you guys finding these deals? You guys are amazing. Was it free shipping? Dude, that's awesome. Fabulous Disaster. Did you watch the Bad Batch finale? Yes, I did. I loved it. Don't know what's going to happen next season. You know, looks like everyone had their mini conclusion, right? And left it at a huge cliffhanger. Not going to make any spoilers, but yeah, that was one hell of a cliffhanger. And from what I understood, and I could be wrong about this, originally they were only planning to do one season, but because of the popularity of the show, because it's been getting, you know, very good not reviews, but you know, a lot of people are very excited about it and are you know, hanging on to every episode. I think they've you know, greenlit another season, which is awesome, and yeah, really looking forward to it. Very, very, very happy with the way it ended as a cliffhanger, if you will. But of course, now I got to wait, you know, till a few more months. You know, a long wait until we see the next one. Jackass 5. The line is moving fast. They're close to the number of original figures released in the 1980s. Unless they're going to introduce new figures, there are roughly 25 characters left in the original ones. Yeah, but if you've already mentioned that they've already listed, you know, all these different characters, right? Flying Fist, yes, definitely. Terror Claws, 100%. Stridor, which is a mount, you know, I'm amazed they're doing more mounts. I mean, like, you know, Battlecat and Panther are kind of, you know, doing their thing. Sunman, I don't remember Sunman being the original release. Sorceress was all the way at the end, so you know, that's definitely not part of the original release. And the Horde Troopers, come on, the Horde was introduced like well afterwards. So yeah, I think there's a lot of hope for this you know, toy line. I think we're in for a long haul here, Diecast Fly. I think the Horde's going to come. I think the Snake Men are going to come. I think that those are going to be very, very popular lines. So I don't think we have any concern for that. Diecast Fly. I heard something about the toy rights of Masters going back to Universal time in 22. Yes, this is absolutely true. However, there is a clause in the toy rights that Mattel does have the first right of refusal. That's something which has always been maintained. So no matter what, Universal has to go to Mattel to ask if they want to produce the toys first. And if Mattel says no, we'll pass on it, then they can shop it around to Super 7. They can shop it around to you know, Hasbro, which would be very odd. You know, He-Man being produced by Hasbro for the very first time, that would be crazy. But then it's not. But if it does happen, it's an opportunity for Hasbro to really show up Mattel, right, and get a leg up and possibly, you know, do something with it. Very, very, very interesting times we live in right now. Very, 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 very crazy. But yes, from what I understand, Mattel always has the first right of refusal to do Masters Universe toys with the contract as it is right now. David. Hey, Jay, showing some support. Oh, thank you, David. Really appreciate it. Come on, people, hit that thumbs up. David, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. 20 people here and 6 thumbs. Come on, you guys are funny. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Fizzle G, hey, Fizzle G, good to see you, my friend. Hopkins, free shipping and still available. Last I checked, late August, early September. Congratulations, Hopkins. That is awesome. If there's still additional ordering, if they still have some stock, please send me the link. I would love to get another Orko if it's still there, or if it's sold out. That's cool. I appreciate it. Jermaine, hey Jay, what's up? Love that Starscream. Yes, you know what? We should start talking about it pretty soon. I'm just gonna get through the rest of the comments, and we're gonna start talking about it. Oh my gosh! Cheers, everybody. I'm gonna get my own cup. I think if I get a Geek Proud cup, would you guys be interested at all? Because I've been thinking about getting some Geek Proud merchandise, just for some fun. You know, I think it's something which I identify with, and I don't know if you guys are interested in all, but let me know if you guys would be interested in some Geek Proud merchandise. I think it'll be a lot of fun. David, Bad Batch finale let me down. They are capable of so much better. Anyway, I drink too much, and I'm gonna go eat cold pizza. David, you don't have to say things like that. I thought it was cool. Again, a cliffhanger is a cliffhanger. Hoping very much that the final conclusion in another 10 episodes or whatever it is going to be very exciting. I really enjoyed the series. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was a few filler episodes here and there, but for the most part, it was actually really, really good. I really enjoyed it. Armando, and still get no Mossman origins. Yeah, it does happen. You know, they have to squeeze out the line as it is. But we did get a Mossman in Masterverse, so you know there's that. Yet, of course not. Mediax Limited. Hey, Mega J. Hey, Mediax Limited. How are you doing? Good to see you, brother. All right, guys. Let's talk about today's big announcements. These things kind of blew me away, and you know, let's start with something. Let's start something that we really were expecting. Darn, the link didn't turn out how I wanted. LOL. Sorry, the link didn't turn out how I wanted. Are you trying to post a link, Hopkins? Because that's not going to work on our chat. What you want to do is you want to send me a PM on Instagram. You know, because of that. No. Yeah. So go to my no, not that one. Go to my Instagram, instagram.com/megajretro, and send me a PM on Instagram. I would love to get that link because if I can grab another Orko, I would love to get that. Anyway, let's talk about the wonderful announcements that have been happening this week. Can't believe it. I am so excited at these new developments. So, guys, for those of you who were at a couple of my last live streams, I started talking a lot about how Mattel Creations has been doing this project, which a lot of people just didn't seem to even know about, and I was really shocked by that. So, for those of you who still who weren't here the last time and still aren't really aware, Mattel was actually put up a sort of crowdsourced project for the WWE Ultimate Edition ring, which was something that I was really excited for. Actually, I was just like, wow, this is a really exciting project. And it was called the WWE Ultimate Edition New Generation Arena. And last week, which was pretty crazy, they were only at they were down as far as 2,100 backers, and that was at 12 days, and that was crazy because at 12 days you start to panic a little bit, and I think Mattel Creations did exactly that. They started to panic. So thanks to Diecastfly and a few other viewers, they told me that in response to this, probably in response to the fact that they weren't getting enough traction, they offered, Mattel offered the early bird Macho Man, Randy Savage announcers pack, and this included an exclusive Macho Man figure in his announcer's gear, which looks all spangly and beautiful with the cowboy hat, awesome stuff. It included 2 fold-away chairs, the announcer's desk, the announcer's fold-away table with skirt, 2 microphones, a headset, and 2 video monitors. And at the time when Diecastfly and I think it was a couple of viewers had mentioned around that time, I speculated and you can look back at the episode. I speculated at the time that this might be one of those things which is going to encourage the fear of the FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. And I think that what Mattel was hoping to do was to hedge their bets. I think what they were trying to do was to say, okay, fine, Diesel wasn't enough because the original package comes with everything you see here. It comes with the new generation entrance stage with LED effects, up to 7 of them. The Ultimate Edition ring, which is the ring itself, the wooden floorboards, which are not wood, everything's plastic. The wooden floorboards, the covers, the side skirts, the turnbuckles, posts, and of course the walk up ramp. And the figure which they included was Diesel. Now, not that Diesel is not a cool character. I think that Diesel would have been fine. And a lot of people were asking, why did they pick Diesel? And it was my opinion at the time that I think Diesel probably had a three figure deal, right? And because they maybe only made 2 figures this year, the third figure they said, okay, you know what? We'll toss him into the Kickstarter, into the crowdsource project, and see if that helps get a lot of interest. But a lot of people, a lot of backers, and a lot of people who were interested, including Diecast Fly, including Diecast Fly and Fabulous Disaster, and a whole bunch of other people who were looking to back the project. We basically like, well, they need to sweeten the pot somehow, because if they don't, this project's not gonna get back. And of course, Diecast Fly and everybody started talking about this brand new development that they were actually going to do, this early bird, exclusive available, this early bird Macho Man announcers pack. And lo and behold, the deadline for this pack was today, right? August 13th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you've already seen it. The results speak for themselves. The fear of missing out kicked in large, freaking large. I think last time I checked, like a day ago, it was at half of the backers required. It was like 2,500 plus backers. Literally, about 4 hours ago, I checked, and they hit 7,000 backer mark. So not only did they get enough backers to back the project initially, but the early bird, which ended today, now those people who backed it got the Macho Madness announcers pack, and in doing so, they also unlocked the 7,000 backer achievement, which now unlocks Doink the Clown. So holy crap, guys, this is crazy. Fear of missing out really did help this project. That I do have to say that I think a lot of the YouTubers who also started talking about this also helped the project, because again, it was just one of those things where a lot of people just did not know what this project was about. I actually heard nothing about this project at all. There were no announcements that I received in the emails. A lot of different news groups were not talking about it. I only found out about it because I was checking my account to see what was going on with Scareglow. Right, that's really the real reason of how I found out about this particular project, and I decided to talk about it a little bit on one of my live streams. So yeah, I'm so happy that a lot of people were brought awareness to it. But I do have to say, Mattel probably could have saved themselves a lot of heartache if they just actually released that early bird backer incentive right at the beginning. The fact that they actually had to do it, what's it called? Only 3 or 4 days before four days after realizing that something was wrong, or that they weren't going to hit their target if they didn't do something quick. That's when they released this early bird pack, which make no sense at all. Because when you think about it, Diesel obviously didn't get enough attention. Doink at 7,000 wasn't going to happen. And then, what the heck at 8,000 backers? What the hell are side skirts? Who wants side skirts? Like, seriously. Like, I remember today, I remember listening to Mad Hatter reviews, and yeah, he's right. What the heck? Why the heck would anybody back to get to 8,000 backers? Wow, that's a terrible picture. At 8,000 backers, why would anybody in the want to get side skirts of all things. Like it's just a ridiculous notion, you know. Let me see if I can get a better picture here. Yeah, so right here, like seriously, at 8,000 backers you get side skirts. What a letdown! Like that's ridiculous. After getting a project back so far, the first stretch goal, which has already been achieved, thanks to everybody, backing the project, is Doink with this awesome new costume, 2 different faces and additional hands. That's cool. But then at 8,000 backers, how anticlimactic can that be? 8,000 backers, you get. Sorry, was it 8,000? Yeah, 8,000 backers, and you 1,000 more backers, and you get a bunch of side skirts. Who freaking cares, right? This should have happened a long time ago. Like honestly, all these additional incentives, especially the early bird Macho pack. I think if they had done that right at the beginning, they would not have had any issues at all. It would have been backed pretty quickly, pretty fast. Instead, they had to bring themselves to the point where they had to actually, pivot and really get their asses in gear. Because honestly, if it wasn't for this Macho pack, I don't think that they would have been able to reach this goal. This is crazy. So definitely, the fear of missing out made a difference. But the incentive pack for an early bird really brought it over the edge. I mean, if you didn't back this by today at 9 p.m. Pacific, I thought it was midnight, but anyway, at 9 p.m. Pacific time, yeah, you would not be getting this Macho pack with additional chairs, desk, 2 microphones, headset, and 2 monitors. Yeah, you would basically only get Diesel. Everything you see here, the ring, the ramp, and the LED stage. And I really, honestly, don't think that they would have hit their target. Number one, not until the end of the campaign. I was trying to explain this. Usually, and this is actually a really good example of this. All these backers came today, which is the absolute last day. They actually announced the Macho pack over last weekend, right? And that's actually it was Diecast Fly who made me aware of that, right? So people still waited until the absolute freaking last minute to actually back this thing. It was only today when all this flood of backers came out of nowhere, right? And that's exactly what happened, right? The fear of missing out really kicked in, and they actually went and backed this project. It was literally a pure example of human nature. Absolutely freaking incredible. Can't believe it. And in doing so, they actually went ahead and unlocked Doink the Clown. Crazy. Just crazy. Now they're well on their way. With 8 days left, this is definitely you're gonna get your side skirts, guys. Woohoo! You're gonna get your side skirts. Way! Oh God, what a letdown. But yeah, anyway, people are going to be able to get their Doink the Clown, and people are going to be able to get their side skirts. That's probably what's going to happen because, as I said, the very last week is when the very last stragglers are going to come in. We're going to see another 1,000 backers come in and really, just gravitate to this project and finally get this full-size ring. So, once again, congratulations to everybody who backed this project. Wow, what an accomplishment. Holy crap, guys. We are going to get the WWE Ultimate Edition New Generations Arena, including the full-size ring with Diesel, the entrance stage, 7 LED lights sequences, the Ultimate Edition ring with the floorboards, with the side skirts, with the post, turnbuckle, ramp, the walk-up ramp, Ultimate Edition Diesel action figure, and for anybody who backed it today, you will be getting the Macho Madness announcers pack for the early birds, which includes the Macho Man announcer, 2 chairs, the announcer's fold-away table with side skirt, 2 microphones, headset, and 2 monitors. Incredible. And thanks to the fear of missing out, everyone's going to get the Doink the Clown additional stretch goal, and I am absolutely 100% certain now that the additional side skirts at 8,000 backers is going to be a reality. Holy crap, guys! Talk about not really cutting it close, thank goodness, but in terms of the fear of missing out and a really just a clear-cut example of human nature. Holy crap. Just basically dangle that carrot in front of people and, you know, put a deadline on it. Oh yeah, it's going to happen. 100% it happened. Congratulations to everybody who backed it. You guys are definitely going to be super happy about this. And when you think about it, $250 for all that is a great value as long as you got into the early bird, because that's crazy when you really think about it. Just doing some quick math. I mean, you know, and again, I suck at math, so this is going to be hilarious. You guys can be laughing at me right now. So just doing some quick math. The AEW ring, full-size ring, we know with one additional figure is selling for $150 US, right? So you add that, you add the LED stage to that. That's going to be another, like, you know, $25, $30, you know, on average. So you're already at $180. You add a $20 figure in diesel, right? So now we're at those $200, right? And after the $200, then you add in the Macho Man announcers pack, which is ridiculous. So you have another $20 figure, sweet. So now you're up to $220. The announcer set, that's got to be at least $15 in value at least. So now you're up to $235. And now that the stretch goal has been reached, man, this whole set is absolutely worth it, because now you're up to $220. You're up to $255. Again, my math is terrible, so I don't know if I've actually done that right. I can't do math in my head. This is why I'm an artist. I'm a freaking graphic designer, because I do not know how to do math. I leave that to core. But yeah, basically at $250, I think that this is a wonderful value. I'm so happy for everybody who decided to back this project. This is crazy. Oh, and I forgot. In less than a few days, you're definitely going to hit the 8,000 backers. So that's going to be another $10 value. So you're up to $265 in total, you know, retail value. So yeah, definitely well worth a $250 backing price. What's it called? Cost to back this thing. Yeah, guys, this is an amazing project. I'm so happy for everybody who backed it. I'm so happy for everybody who found out about it, you know, from YouTubers, from everybody here, you know, social media. Wow, this really does work. And you know what? I do have to do this. You know, Mattel really did step up, right? They got seriously worried that this project would not get off the ground, and they really put their money where their mouth is. You know, put in the Macho Man early bird announcers pack, and it really made a difference, I think, in this case. So yeah, congratulations to everybody who made this happen. This is great. Everyone's going to get their wrestling rings, and there were a lot of people who were a lot of naysayers saying, "You're not going to get it. It's so expensive." Blah 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 blah. You know what? No. For people who are passionate about this, for people who really wanted this project to go through, proof positive that you know, positive thinking and, you know, like-minded people and people who just want something to happen, you know, good karma, basically. Really good karma. It did happen. And again, a clear-cut case of human nature. Yeah, you put a deadline on something, but something that people really want. Because let's be honest, you know, like I said before, this is what really got people, you know, into their driving chair and freaking like heading down the highway at, like, you know, 200 miles an hour to go run and grab this set, because everybody wants the Macho Man. Right, everybody wants that spangly new outfit that he's got. He looks amazing, right? Again, not trying to put anybody down, but, you know, Diesel, as great a figure as he is, a lot of people were just like, "Why Diesel? Why Diesel?" Like seriously. I mean, he's a great guy, he's a great figure, but seriously, why Diesel? Right? That was a question on everybody's mind, right? Awesome offerings in this Kickstarter, bar none, but as soon as they introduced the idea that you get Macho Man, it was like printing money. Seriously, they already had the winning formula. They just had to pull the trigger, and it was just one of, you know, it's just like anything. They're pulling, they're experimenting. They're seeing how far they can get with as little as possible to see if people will want this. But you know what? It's true. You got to put your money where your mouth is, and now this is now absolutely worth $250 in my opinion, especially with the Macho Madness pack. Holy crap. Congratulations again to everybody who backed this. What an incredible set of developments. It literally went from 12 days to go, 12 days to go and less than a third of backers to today at around, like I said, in the morning, it was still only about halfway there, and absolutely, and then by the afternoon, bang, went to 7,000 backers. Not only did they get the Macho Madness pack, they also got the stretch goal of Doink, and now we're only about 300 backers away from getting the side skirts. Yay, side skirts! But yeah, no matter what, awesome development, guys. Such an example of just the way human psyche thinks. But yeah, congratulations to everybody again. Holy crap, what an amazing development! I can't believe it. Whew, that was intense. Just talking about it, that was just literally intense. Oh my god, just insane. Loving it. Chris, hey Jay, late night in TO. Yes, it's always a late night in TO. And like I said, it's actually early morning when you really think about it. It's 1:39 in the morning. It's crazy. How's it going, Chris? Nathan, hey Nathan, good to see you, brother. Geek Proud Thongs. Geek Proud Thongs. No. The thong game is strong with Papa G. I'm gonna leave the thong game to Papa G. Papa G can actually keep his thongs. I'm perfectly happy to have normal mugs and all the great stuff that comes along with that. If I was gonna if the G strings came in, I'd probably be putting it over my face like some sort of hentai man. But yeah, that's yeah. I think Papa Gord, he can keep the thong thing. I default to Papa Gord. Jackass Fly. Mattel used a slick tactic by giving a deadline on the Macho Man incentive. That is exactly what I'm saying, my friend. And thank you for letting everybody here know about that incentive, because honestly, that's one of the things that really pushed me over the edge to get talking about this whole project. Jackass Fly. They might as well throw in the ramp from the entrance to the ring. That would be neat. But at the same, it would be better than the side skirts. I'll tell you right now, that would be better than the side skirts, 100%. I totally agree. Jackass Fly, the ring skirts should have been stock with this project. I agree. I think that the ring skirts are just an afterthought and kind of a poor excuse for a 8,000 backer reward stretch goal. That's kind of dumb. Honestly, they did this whole thing backwards. What they should have done in the beginning, because it really would have pushed their sales, they should have had Macho Man as the stretch goal 1, right? If they put Macho Man as the stretch goal 1, right, and then or even better, put Doink as the stretch goal 1, which they did, and then put Macho Man as the stretch goal 2, I think that would have gone a long way to getting it. But putting Macho Man ahead of time probably would have gotten them a lot more backers right at the onset, right? And then Doink, it's better than freaking side skirts. I'll tell you that much. Hawkins, one of those moments when you wish you were into WWE enough to acquire this puppy. 100%, dude. Oh, man. FOMO. Armando, will Doink be included or available to purchase separately? Doink is now officially included in the Kickstarter. The crowdsourced project. He's already been unlocked. Just by the nature of this project, I think he's an exclusive to the WWE ring. So I don't think he's going to be released, this version of him anyway. I think there's probably going to be another version of Doink, but this particular version that's exclusive to this crowdsourced project, I think this version of Doink is only going to be included with the ring. Thindale, hey Thindale, good to see you, my friend. Hey Jay, how you doing? Did you back this ring? In truth, no. In truth, I did not back this project. I'm not a big enough wrestling fan to do it, to invest in this project. However, I am a big enough WWE fan. No, sorry. Let me rephrase that. I'm a big enough WWF fan that I thought that a lot of WWF fans deserved something of this caliber. I grew up in the 80s. And, I grew up with Macho Man Randy Savage. I grew up with the Ultimate Warrior. That was closer to the 90s. The great matchups between Hulk Hogan, the Iron Sheik, Andre the Giant, what's it called? The Fabulous Freebirds, what's it called? Legion of Doom. All these great ones, Junkyard Dog, the British Bulldogs, all these great guys, Coco Beware. I grew up in that time. The Fabulous Mona, you know, that was the time when I was watching wrestling, and Roddy Piper. How could I forget? How could I ever forget that? You know, Miss Elizabeth, Randy Macho Man Savage. You know, all these wonderful, great. You know, George the Animal Steel. You know, all these great wrestlers. And I remember when I was a kid playing with my LJN toys. I'm gonna have to bring them up one day. My friends had this wrestling ring, which was only like 8x8. It was ridiculous. These freaking characters were like gigantic, and you could really only have four of them in at a time. You could not have a Royal Rumble. Although Core swears up and down that him and his friends were able to do it. I don't see how that's possible. I think you had to toss everybody out to the floor in order to actually have some more battles, right? But anyway, a wrestling ring of this size, 22 by 22 plus, right? This is something that wrestling fans deserve, so that they can really get a full 8-man team into the ring, really have amazing kick-ass battles, right? That's the real way wrestling is supposed to be. Right, full turnbuckles, full elastic ropes. Tossing these guys from left to right. The running clotheslines, all that great stuff. DDTs, pile drivers. All that amazing, all that amazing. Huge high risk maneuvers like flying drop kicks. All these great stuff. Right, the big boots. This is the stuff that dreams are made of for WWE fans, and for anybody who has a 7-inch figure. The existing ring, which is only about 10 by 10, I think, probably even smaller. You can only really fit about 4 or 5 characters in there. So, this is something I really just wanted to bring some attention to. I thought that when I finally found out about the project by accident, I was like, how come this thing's not being backed fast enough? Like, how come like all the wrestling fans? Because I see wrestling figures all the freaking time when I do hunting, and the fact that I have that much product on stage. I mean, there's more. There are more freaking Seth Rollins and AJ Styles and all these freaking guys who I've never heard of in my life. There's so many of them on pegs, right? And if they keep selling because they keep restocking these damn things, how come nobody wants this freaking ring? That's something that I've always been wondering. Like, man, I would die for this ring. This is crazy if I was still into wrestling, as much as I used to be, right? So yeah, I was like, no, this is a project that needs to be backed. So when Shayna, sorry, it was Shayna. That's the one I was trying to say. When Shayna, Diecast Fly, and Fabulous Disaster, all the guys here in the chat and stuff, when they were talking about this project, and I'd found out about it by accident, looking up my Scare Glow, I was like, I got to talk about this thing. How the hell is it? How the hell are we only 12 days, 12 days away from the end of this project, and no one's backing it? So I was like, you know what? I know it's probably going to get back right at the end. Like, people are just going to do it right at the very end. But the possibility that it wasn't going to get back is also huge. So I was like, screw it. I'm going to start talking about it. I was going to do a whole episode on it, actually. But I found out afterwards, I saw the incremental increases. I'm like, something's going to happen here. And then when I heard about the Macho Pack, I was like, you know what? I think they'll do it. I think I'll do it. But I got worried for a while because nobody was doing anything up until today. Today is when everything freaking, like, the landslide came. And I was like, you know what? I knew it. I knew that was going to happen. But, the fear of missing out really is strong. It's crazy. FOMO was FOMO was real. FOMO was real. But no, I did not back it, unfortunately. I still got 8 days to get the rest of it. But to be perfectly honest with you, I have nowhere to put it. I've got this behemoth up here. You know what I mean? Like, he's just ridiculously huge. I've got Snake Mountain over here. That's just ridiculous, right? And very, very soon. Oops, sorry. Very, very soon. I'm gonna have to figure out where to put. Hey, come down here. Very, very soon. I'm gonna have to figure out where to put. Daiku Mario. You know what I mean? Like, that's gonna be a. What the heck? Hey. Sorry. Whenever I adjust the stupid camera, it's always a danger to do that. Yeah, and I've got some really big. Oh fuck! I forgot about the freaking Thunder Tank. Like, there's just so many things which I'm backing right now. So yeah, the WWE ring just had to, like, anyway, yeah. So so yeah, I did want to bring attention to it, but I really had no intention of actually backing it. Kevin, hey Kevin, good to see you. Hey bro, how's it going? It's good, my friend. Australia is under massive COVID outbreak and lockdown. Probably will remain in place for another 2 to 3 months. Oh well, Jesus. Oh gosh, you're in our thoughts, Kevin. Oh my gosh, that's just crazy. That is just nuts. I can't believe it. Wow, 2 to 3 months. Holy crap, guys. I hope you guys are okay. Oh my gosh, guys. All our brothers and sisters down in Australia. Your thoughts are with us. Stay strong. We're gonna get through this, Kevin. We're gonna get through this. Maniac Merganzer. Merganzer? Okay. Maniac Merganzer. Hey, Maniac Merganzer. Good to see you, my friend. Hello, guys. Hello, Jay. First time you're here. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Sorry if I butchered your name. I'm not very good at that. I really apologize. Tell me if I'm doing it. Tell me if I'm saying it right. Maniac Merganzer. And I'm sorry. Please let me know how you say your name because I'm terrible at that. But welcome to the stream. Big Rob Basterson. Oh, we got it. Yeah, that's right, Big Rob Masterson. We did get it. Congratulations. Absolutely. I hope, and I'm pretty sure you got in on the Macho Madness early bird pack. Congratulations to everybody. Jackass Fly. If they announced the Surge of Slaughter, it would have reached its goal in 2 days. I do agree. I completely agree. But they knew that it was also going to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and it sold out like that. That was crazy. Raymond, Hasbro should take notes. For the price point, yeah, I think you're right. Definitely. I think Hasbro's crowdsourcing is just like way overpriced. But yeah, that would be very interesting. And I'm not really sure. They don't have a problem. See, so it's interesting. They don't have a problem with getting backers. Like, their Sentinel project, the only one that really failed was Cookie Monster, right? That was the only HasLab project that really failed. Every other project has been a raging success. Other than Unicron there, which was kind of that was a foregone conclusion. They wanted that to happen, so they extended the deadline. Whole bunch of shifty stuff that happened there. But yeah, I do agree. In terms of the overall pricing, I think you're right. They definitely should offer more for less. But they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that, Raymond. Kevin, wrestling He-Man figures are suck. Thundercats are cool though. Are you gonna pick up the desktop weapons? So I did a whole video on that, Kevin. I don't know if you watched it yet. No. The reason I won't is because it's they're just they're desktop ornaments. I mean, seriously. I have a full size replica which I got because I'm that passionate about Thundercats, right? And that was the whole thing. I used that as an excuse to show that replica off. That was my whole goal with doing that video. So yeah, watch the video if you haven't already, Kevin. I think you'll get a kick out of it. Mark, hi Jay. Were you able to get that Wind Raider at Walmart? I checked my Walmart and nothing. I even tried to get a PS5 and pre-ordered the new white Switch and nothing. Not gonna pay Flea Bay prices. Mark, are you in Ontario? Or are you here in the GTA, or are you in a different province? Let me know quickly because I have a tip for you if you are. So the Wind Raider, yes, I was able to. I found it at a different location. I found it in Stouffville, actually, and that's in an upcoming episode. So there's a spoiler for everybody. I was able to find the Wind Raider, so I'm really happy about that. Super jazzed about it. Maybe I'll go grab it later. But yes, I was able to find it. They're out there. Don't despair. They are out there. And for PS5, again, let me know. I might have a lead for you. Let me if you're in Ontario. Hopkins, what's the best X crossover for Hentai Man? Oh boy, there are a whole bunch of different hentai guys who wear peanuts over their head. Sorry, I said peanuts. I said peanuts. No, I panties. They wear the panties over their heads. So yeah, there are a whole bunch of them. Kind of funny. Maniac. Wish Mattel made a Roddy Piper figure in that line. They did. There's a Roddy Piper versus Mr. T boxing set. I don't think the only problem with that one is I think they have a dedicated boxing gloves, so you can't actually take them off. I think that's the only problem. Let me just double check that. Roddy Piper. versus Mr. T. Mattel. Yeah, the 2-pack. I'm pretty sure it only comes with the boxing gloves, which kind of sucks. No, it doesn't. No. All right, actually, yeah, no, that's fine. No, you can do that. Yes. So let me just share the screen here. Yeah, here we go. It's on. It's here in Ontario. This is on sale right now, Ontario, Canada. So yeah, the WWE Elite, which is not Ultimates, unfortunately. Maybe that's what you're talking about. The fact that it's not a thing. Yeah, the 2 figures actually come with. This is kind of cool, actually. Open edition new tab. Yeah. So this is the 2-pack. Comes with Mr. T and Roddy Piper, and Mr. T both Mr. T and Roddy Piper have boxing gloves on this set, but they do also come with swappable hands. So that's not bad, right? And Roddy Piper's sporting his hot rod shorts. So yeah, I mean, like it's not a bad set. It actually looks pretty good, but it's the Elite pack. It's not the Ultimates. So that's probably what Maniac is referring to. So yeah, it would be nice if they actually did. Sneaky little. Anyway, yeah, it would be nice if. Don't think I didn't see that. It would be nice if they actually got that set out. That would be really nice in the Ultimates pack. Mark, I just don't understand why scalpers don't just get a real job. Nickel and diming items destroys the love for any hobby. Mark, there's no way these guys are doing this as a full-time position, as a full-time job. There's no freaking way. Why did you put the Star Wars figures over there? This is definitely a hobby for them. They enjoy the rush. They enjoy beating other people to the locations. They enjoy finding these figures, picking them all up, scalping them, and then reselling them for higher prices. It's more of a power trip and a rush just like the way hunters get really excited when they find figures on the shelves, and are not scalping. Think about that in the mindset of a scalper. He just hit a jackpot, and then he said, "Awesome! I can flip these for 3 times the price." And then you get to see the kind of like gambler's addiction kind of rush that they get. And they have day jobs, trust me, because they would need the money during their day jobs to actually afford to pick up all these action figures. They're not cheap, right? They're not cheap. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Neo Celestia, hey Neo Celestia, good to see you, my friend. Hi, my favorite activity when insomnia hits, watching Jay Geek about stuff. Aw, thank you, Neo Celestia. You're having trouble sleeping tonight? Warm milk. I've heard it really helps. Warm milk, but nothing with caffeine. Okay. Kevin Masters, Mattel needs to make Astro Boy, Dino Riders, and just abandon all this Motu and wrestling crap. Kevin, you're a funny guy. Astro Boy is not owned by Mattel. They don't even have the license for it. And Dino Riders, apparently Mattel does still have the license. Obviously, I think they bought them apparently. But yeah, the property is obviously being overshadowed by a bigger Dino property, which is Jurassic Park. So yeah, they're not going to cannibalize their market for Dino Riders. It's not going to happen, unfortunately. No matter how many old school fans out there, Dino Riders is going to probably be, if anything, it's going to be a Mattel Creations project, 100%. That's the one I can see it being, but I don't see it being a regular mainline figure collection. I'm sorry to say that, Kevin, but I think it's true. But you're just kidding, which is awesome. I remember they used to be big in Australia, so not too sure about it now though. Yeah, so that's really the way it is. It's just they will not cannibalize their Jurassic Park license for a product which hasn't been on the market for quite some time. It's unfortunate. I'm sorry to say. Maniac, Kevin Masters, with all the crossovers happening, watch Mattel do a Dino Riders Jurassic Park crossover. That would be cool. That would make the most sense, Maniac. I think you're right. That's actually what they should do. And Kevin, you and Maniac should actually go and start petitioning Mattel to do something like that. That would be a really smart idea. That is you should do something about that, Maniac. That's awesome. Danny Rayner, they found a black John Cena on this planet. He exists, and oh my god. So, Danny, you're gonna have to give me more context about what you're talking about, bro. I have no idea. Again, I'm not up on all of the wrestling news. So, yeah, give me some search terms. I'll do a quick search. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to do that search just off the fly. I need more search terms because a whole bunch of different things can come up with those words. So please let me know more about what you're trying to say. Armando, the Golden Age / Attitude Era were the best of wrestling. I might argue with you because I wasn't in that generation. I'd already moved on from wrestling around that time. Core and a whole bunch of other guys, they were still huge into it at that point. My buddy Pete, he is massively into wrestling right now and still loves the Attitude Era. So yeah, I mean, you know, it's definitely in the hearts of a lot of different wrestling fans. I'm more of a rock and roll wrestling kind of guy. You know, I was really into cartoons and stuff like that. So, you know, I got more of a kid aspect, a kid outlook on wrestling. So yeah, that's going to be my extent of where I went through with wrestling, and yeah, that's kind of you know more fun, not innocent, but you know a little bit more PG kind of wrestling fan. That's the kind of guy I am. Kevin at Maniac, that would be so good. I just hate Motu to the max. So boring, and wrestling just sucks. I wish Jay would focus on other toy lines instead of Motu all the time. Brother, you're barking up the wrong tree on that level. I'm sorry. I am absolutely in love, Motu. I'm almost. I have two of my future offspring are promised to mftoys.ca. That's a joke. For all the action figures that that I picked up for Master Universe Club Grayskull, which I'm going to showcase again very soon. So yeah, I'm a Masters of the Universe freaking like super fan all the way. So yeah, I'm gonna keep talking about that. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna talk about Astro Boy. You know, I've shown you a whole bunch of great Astro Boy figures, Kevin. I hope you appreciate that. And I love dinosaur toys. I mean, like, you know, I do love Jurassic Park, but unfortunately, Dino-Ride is just a property which even though they were great toys, it's just hard to resurrect a property like that. It's really difficult. Armando, don't get me started on Dino Riders. We need new retro figures. Well, you know, there are some homage figures right now. There are the ones from Mattel that have been released through Entertainment Earth. I think you're the one who told me about that, Armando. So yeah, they do exist. Exactly, FFS already. Yeah, I mean, like again, keep petitioning them, keep talking about it. Like that's the way that these things get resurrected, guys. That's the way it happens. Kevin, honestly, bro, the only reason I hang around on your channel is because of you. Well, thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. All the toys that you hunt for me suck, so that says a lot. It's all about love for you, brother. Thank you, Kevin. I do appreciate that. And again, we appreciate you too, Kevin. I hope you guys are doing well down there. Keep the faith, my brother. We're all going to get through this. It's just another stage in the human struggle. Maniac, Jay, you're saying it right, my friend. Okay, so I'm okay. Maniac Merganster. Maniac Merganster. Okay, good to know. All right, cool. Kevin, Thundercats, Transformers, and Silverhawks versus He-Man franchise. Which wins? God damn it! Holy crap, Kevin! What are you doing? You're just stirring up. You're just poking the hornet's nest, eh? No, they're all great properties. I just have to say it. They're all part of my childhood, and for me, those are all amazing things which I collect. So, yeah, but for me, in order from worst to first, and I don't mean by worst as being the bad. I'm just talking about from first place to last place. And again, the last place isn't even you just picked some amazing properties, so there's no real last place here. But in the order of importance for me, it would be He-Man, Thundercats, Transformers, Silverhawks. That's the way it would work. And between Thundercats and Transformers, they switch positions all the time. But He-Man will always be my number one. It's a toss-up between Thundercats and Transformers, and then Silverhawks. But I love all those properties. Centurions would be the very next one after that. So just goes to show my thought process. And then it would just be a whole bunch of different things like G.I. Joe, freaking Brave Star, Thunder the Barbarian, freaking, oh my gosh, Conan the Barbarian, just a whole bunch of different things that get up in the air after that point. I'm incorrigible, guys. I'm freaking incorrigible. Don't do this to me. Seriously, don't. Mark J, I'm in Las Vegas, USA. I'm sorry to hear that, Mark. So yeah, I know of a couple of PlayStations that have shown up here in Ontario. So unfortunately, I can't help you. Las Vegas of all places. Wow, that's wow, that's a far place. Best of luck to you, my friend. I hope you're able to find a PlayStation pretty soon. Danny at Hopkins, what hentai is a thing? Do you collect comics? Do I collect comics, Danny? I used to when I was younger. I have a love of comics, but I don't collect them much anymore. A lot of my friends still do. My friend David, he's still an avid comic collector. He has his stuff graded, and I was like, wow, what an amazing collection he's got. And he actually kickstarted his career using comics. So there's some food for thought for you. Diecast Fly, I wanted Super 7 to release Wave 3 and 2 of Thundercats already so I can finish my display. I've heard, and we can talk about this a little bit, I've heard that Slive and Captain Cracker have actually hit shores. So that's actually very interesting. I'm really excited. Danny, oh my God, who was that in the background? It's just my crap disturber roommate. He likes to mess around with my display. I don't know if you noticed, but originally here were two stormtroopers. Actually, no, it was Darth Vader and a stormtrooper. They were originally right here, and while the screen was swapped, he went in behind me and actually put Ron Weasley here. Freaking, what a shit disturber. Good eye though, Danny. Good eye. Kevin, here's a fact: scalpers usually have inside connections with retail stores. I know a few of these idiots, and they do it because the stocks are kept aside for them. And then they mark up things. This is not untrue, but I will continue to say this: it's not all of them. Okay, not all of the employees do that kind of stuff. There are people who do. There are people who are in the inside and make it worse for everybody else. Pardon me, but for the most part, people are mostly civil, mostly employees. But Kevin's not wrong. This does happen, unfortunately. Pardon me. Diecast Fly, I've been seeing reviews on the new Roadblock. Looks pretty good. Honestly, let's be honest. That's the Roadblock they should have released originally. Seriously, he looks amazing. He looks like he jumped out of the cartoon screen. I'm looking forward to being able to finally pick him up. I can't actually say that for obvious reasons, but that's a matter of opinion, Danny. That is definitely a matter of opinion. I really don't know what to say about that, honestly. Kevin, not at all. I stress most people are honest, but there are heaps of department managers at retail chains that would get a fee from scalpers to leave stuff inside. I don't deny it. This is definitely something that happens. Again, Danny, you got some inside information that I don't have. Hopkins, do you collect any manga figures? Figma's Guts and Berserk Armor is the only one I have. So, as much of an anime fan as I am, as much as I am, I will only collect really certain lines of anime figures. Like, I can't remember who did it. I think it was Kyoto. I think Kyoto released a line of Evangelion figures way back when, and I still have them at my mom's house. And yeah, they were amazing. They had incredible articulation, limited compared to today. It's limited articulation, but they did have amazing articulation for action figures at the time. I still have them, but they are very delicate. Like after a few years, a lot of the joints pretty much snapped for certain figures. I still have them. They're, as I said, they're at my mom's house in the display case. I collected that. I've collected I collected all of the Final Fantasy VIII figures, the summons, a few of the mainline characters. I had them all at one point. So yeah, I've collected figures in the past of anime, but over time I started only collecting the ones I really absolutely love. Like my hobby right now, trying my best, is to collect the Bubblegum Crisis figures from Yamato, and unfortunately, it's been just impossible. They're so expensive now; they're astronomically out of my reach, and it's a shame because I know a lot of people actually got rid of them. So if anybody has some Bubblegum Crisis figures, any of them, and is willing to part with them for a good price. Not astronomical, please, but yeah, a decent price. I don't care if they're loose or in box, but yeah, if anybody out there has any Bubblegum Crisis figures that they're willing to part with, send me a PM on my Instagram. Let me know how much you want for them. If it's a decent price, I might make you an offer. We'll see what happens. So that's definitely. I really have to be picky about that. I would love a Guts figure. But if I get a Guts figure, I'm going to have to definitely get, a few of the Takonodan figures, right? I would definitely have to get them. Grifter, I would have to look into getting, something like that, and Keska. You know what I mean? Like it would have to be the trio. I would have to get them, right? And it's just one of those things. It's once I go down that rabbit hole, things just never stop. It's hard. I have to stay focused, right? Coming from me saying stuff like that, right? But yeah, so anime figures, it's a deep dark hole which I can't jump into right now. Danny, Google Black John Cena tweet. Do I really want to do that, Danny? All right, fine. I'll do it. I'll do it in the background, and then if it's PG, I'll take a look. Okay, that's kind of ridiculous. All right, I'll do this one time. I'll do this one time, and we're not gonna see it much after that. All right, so just because it's a funny picture, and I'm gonna talk my way through it. I'm gonna throw this up here just to show it. But I'm telling you right now, it's one of those things which a lot of people are just gonna laugh at, really, at the end of the day. So yeah, here we are. This is the Black John Cena tweet. Take it for what take it for what it is. But the reality is this: you take a photo of anybody at certain angles, and what the heck happened there? Oh, sorry, I opened it up in the wrong. That's weird. Oh, come on! How did that happen? There we go. Yeah. So here's the funny thing about this: you take a photo of anybody at a certain angle, they will look different. Okay. So if you take a photo of two people who have very similar features in certain regards, and again, you get them into a photograph and get them under the right lighting, the right circumstances, something's going to happen, right? So I guess in this instance, this young man who has certain features which look like John Cena, and of course John Cena here, it's making waves, which is fine. It's a lot of fun. I think you need to be able to laugh at yourself, and that's hilarious. I think this is great tongue in cheek, awesome stuff. Congratulations to this young man, whoever he is. He's going to have at least a little bit more than 2 weeks of fame for this, for sure. It's definitely not going to be 15 minutes. He's gonna, like, a lot of people are going to talk about this. So yeah, a lot of fun. Thank you for bringing that to our attention, Danny. That is a lot of fun. Yeah, that was a cool distraction. I did appreciate that. Thank you, Danny. So much fun. Kevin, there's a new 7-inch Thundercats Ultimates Lion-O version 2. Looks so good for $50. Are you picking it up? The answer is yes. I've already put in the pre-order. and I'm not stupid. Lionel's aftermarket value has just shot through the roof. So this is one of those cases where the very first Lionel, which was released by Mattel, it is really expensive right now. And I already purchased the. I got my hands on Lionel, thanks to a local. Thanks to local trade, because the online retailer who failed me, right? They know who they are. You know who you are, right? They didn't come through, and they and it took me weeks to get my money back, and I had to actually do a chargeback using my card. So yeah, I was able to pick up this Lino from a local trade here in Toronto. So yeah, really huge thanks to Adam for that. That was awesome. Thank you so much. And yeah, when another opportunity to pick up another one for the version 2 Lino came up, absolutely, I picked one up. I didn't want to miss out on that one. So yeah, definitely picking up version 2. I know you love Motu, bro. I'm just kidding. I know that, Kevin. I love you too, brother. I cannot post this link. I want to show you the Lino figures. That's okay. I've already seen them, Kevin. I know exactly what they look like. So yes, I have ordered them though. Not to worry. Diecast Fly. My top 3 will always be G.I. Joe, Motu, and Transformers. Absolutely. At Diecast Fly. Wow, G.I. Joe number 1? That's rare. I honestly never got into Motu, but appreciate the many that do. It's actually not that rare, Kevin. There are a lot of patriotic, Americans, and G.I. Joe is just G.I. Joe for a lot of Americans is huge. It's a cultural icon in a lot of ways. So it might be rare in Australia, but in other parts of the world, even here in Canada, G.I. Joe is massive. It's on the number 1 of a lot of people's lists. So don't be surprised. Again, you were surprised at Snoopy, right? And you were surprised at Peanuts, right? So yeah, brother, trust me, Popeye is still huge. Go figure that one out, right? Hopkins, Danny, Hentai Man is a manga and pretty funny live action, funny live action movie. I think there's a sequel too. Ah, man, Hentai Man. Armando, what do you consider your holy grail of Motu? Technically, a number of years ago, I got my holy grail. It was the Stout collection for Massive Universe live action film. I never thought in a million years that the Stout collection was even a thing. Like, the likeness rights of Dolph Lundgren, Frank Langella, and any of the other characters were impossible. It was just something that was never going to happen. So I sort of give up hope, because the Master Universe movie figures were terrible. The original ones from Mattel back in 1989. They were just awful. So when it came down to 1986, 1987, something like that, I can't remember anymore. But when it came down to that, I sort of gave up hope for ever having a Master Universe movie action figure. It's just not going to happen. And then about 3 years ago, Super 7, out of nowhere, right, just freaking said, hey, guess what we're doing? And yeah, there it was, the Master Universe Stout collection, which were based on concept designs from the Master Universe. It's not Dolph Lundgren, it's not Frank Langella, right? They made it happen. I was over the freaking moon. And I was not going to miss out on that project. So I absolutely put down whatever money it was. I didn't know about cross-border shipping. I didn't know about any of that stuff. I had them shipped up to me directly. Cost me a freaking arm and a leg in duties, but I didn't care. I absolutely had to have those figures. It was a dream come true. And yes, I absolutely got them. The only one I didn't get was Sarad. And looking back at it now, that was a mistake. I should have gotten Sarad. That's something I kind of regret now, because that would have been the complete collection. Looking back, and I also now that I am a collector the way I am, I think I should have gotten 2 of each, honestly. But they were just so expensive, right? They were just so expensive at the time, and they're even more astronomical. And they've just climbed in price right now. So yeah, that is my grail right now. The other grail, which happened, and it was around the same, it was a little bit afterwards, but it did happen. They made the Snake Mountain Classics collection. the Classics Snake Mountain, which I backed. I backed it and I got it, and that was another one of the Grails. Grails just keep happening. They just keep coming fast and furious, right? Just when you think it's over, it's not over, right? So yeah, those two were those two were for the longest time my Grails. But in a Grail which I absolutely don't have, which I'm looking for at a reasonable price, is Castle freaking Grayskull. The Master Universe Classics Grayskull playset. That I was not collecting Motu Classics when they came out. If I knew about them, because I didn't know about them, I was concentrating on my career back in the 2000s. And around that time, that's when Master Universe, MattyCollector.com, that's when it was actually around. And yeah, I just I missed the boat. I missed the boat on that. Like nobody told me about it. I wasn't collecting toys hardcore at the time. Believe it or not, guys, I've only been collecting toys hardcore for about a year. So when that happened, I finally discovered that this was a thing about 7 years ago, and I was way too late. I'd missed the boat, and even then, and I should have pulled the trigger. Even then, the castle was going for about $400, and I was thinking to myself, God, that is so expensive for a Castle Grayskull. But I was really thinking about it. I was seriously thinking about that on the aftermarket. That I would shell out $300 to $400 Canadian. And then one of them came on the market. I think it was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, one of them came on the market. It was a full Castle Grayskull, a whole bunch of secondary figures, no mainline characters. But it did include the Wind Raider and the Battle Ram. It was a seller from Quebec, and he wanted $2,500 for it. If I had $2,500 to spend, I would have bought it in a heartbeat. I would have driven all the way to Quebec, and I would have picked up that beast, and I would have been so happy. I would have been elated. As it was, yeah, I didn't have the money at the time, and I really don't still. I really still don't have the money. But yeah, I would have done it in a heartbeat. I would have done that. I need a Master Universe Classics Grayskull. I absolutely need one, 100%. Barring that, I'm gonna commission one. That's probably what's going to end up happening. One of these days, I'm going to have somebody commission one, but I will not pay $3,000 just for a castle. That's just insane. I will not pay I won't pay $2,000 for a castle. Right now, the going rate on eBay, I think, is $1,500 US, and that's the low end. I think that you can probably find one for $800. I will consider $800, but honestly, I have a line that I draw. Like, Snake Mountain over there, that was like $600, right? US. By the time it landed here, it was almost $1,000 Canadian. So yeah, I'm crazy, but there is a line which I will draw. So $800 is probably where I'm sort of on the fence even. But I one day, if I have a little bit more disposable income, yeah, my holy grail right now is definitely Castle Grayskull Classics. Absolutely, unequivocally. That's my grail right now, which is why I was so happy when I found the Master Universe Origins Grayskull. I was so happy about that. It was incredible. But yeah, that's. I hope that answers your question, Armando. Mark, saw some episode of Transformers Netflix. I didn't like it as much as the 80s. It felt like another Bayformer verse. I felt the same way about the new He-Man. Bring back the 80s. Well, Mark, again, that's an opinion. I enjoyed both of the series. I enjoyed Kingdom. I enjoyed Earthrise. I enjoyed Siege. But I will say this: if you want to talk about bait and switch, those are bait and switches. Siege is really the only line, the only consistent timeline for toys, the toy sales. Right? Everything in the Siege line was released pretty much. Earthrise, what a bait and switch! Almost none of the characters. No, I can confidently say none of the characters who have been released in Earthrise were actually released, or the Transformers, their alt modes. None of them were actually in the show. Absolutely none of them. Why? Because they're from modern day Earth. Kingdom did the same thing. Ultra Magnus was resurrected. He's right. Like seriously. What a bait and switch! Like seriously, it was just meant to tug at the heartstrings of G1 fans, and it worked. And I'm not mad because I got these amazing toys that look like G1 toys, so I'm really happy about that. I love the new He-Man show. And a lot of people need to give it a chance. There's just so much bad press around it, and really unfounded, in my opinion. But again, these are people's opinions, and they can do what they want. But if you haven't actually watched the show, Mark, please watch it. Don't just take other people's opinions and think that they're right, because I'll be honest with you, they're not. A lot of the things that are being said about the show are actually not true. You actually have to watch it. Like, Tila's not a lesbian. I'll put that out 100% right now. So if that's something you've heard and you think it's true, it's not. So there's some food for thought. Maniac, Mergenser. Jay, did you get your NECA 1990 April yet? So fun fact, I didn't even order April yet. I've been waiting for her to hit EB Games, GameStop now. Yes, EB Games has become GameStop. So hoping that they'll still be able to get that at GameStop, because they've been getting every other turtle on the market. So I'm hoping that GameStop will actually be able to pick it up. There are avenues for me to get April, but no, I've heard some people have actually received their shipments. Congratulations to everybody who has. I'm actually waiting for my Channel 9, Attack of the Channel 9 Catwoman. I'm waiting for that. But no, have not heard anything about April O'Neil here in Canada. Kevin, honestly, not at all. A minority of few managers of retail stores hide stock aside for family, friends, and scalpers. This is corruption. Again, like I said, I agree with you, Kevin. That's not like, I know that a very few of them do, right? But it's not all of them. That's what I'm trying to say. Mark, I saw Snake Eyes recently. I saw the Snake Eyes movie recently. Although the backstory is nowhere near the file card. Although the backstory is nowhere near the file card, LOL. It was a good movie. Yes, again, you got to give these things a chance, right? Because a lot of people are saying, it sucks, but it actually doesn't, right? You just gotta make your own decisions. That's the way I've always maintained. Critics. I don't believe in critics. You have to make your own decisions. Kevin Masters. At first, it was He-Man, but in '84, I discovered the G.I. Joe cartoon, and that became my top. Transformers, I loved it too, but always came back. But it always came on when I had to leave to go to school. Yeah, a lot of people do love G.I. Joe, 100%. I have fond memories of it, but it's not my number one. Danny, Kevin. I can't read that, Kevin. But by all means, take your Nerf gun and go to town, 100%. Kevin, I knew the guy that worked at retail that used to put stuff up aside for customers, and then one time I checked in the same cereal on a device that was on eBay for double the price. But you can't really, Kevin, that doesn't really work. All UPC codes are across the board, so you're not going to be 100% sure that that's actually what happened. But I know what you're saying. I would say G.I. Joe has a very deep storyline and characters that are very, very well thought out, although I was not into it, but have a lot of respect for the franchise. Absolutely. Kevin, scalpers need to be sacked. Most retailers will sack managers that put stock away. Yeah, but you can't sack a scalper unless you're actually gonna sack him in the face. But yeah, you can't fire people. You can't fire scalpers. They kind of work for themselves. Where am I? Oh, no way. Are you serious? God damn. You guys are asking so many good questions tonight. It's getting crazy. Kevin Masters, Thundercats is my number 4, and TMNT is my number 5, even though I was getting into other teenage stuff at the time. Diecast Fly, Thundercats and Silverhawks would make a really good live-action movie. You know what? They've been talking about that for years, but they just have not been able to get it off the ground. Jay would look the same. No, I don't agree. I don't think so. Armando, what's the difference between the two versions of Lino? Not much. They look amazing. They're pretty much exactly the same. Two super underrated franchises would be Mask and Defenders of the Earth. They don't get the recognition they deserve. Well, Defenders of the Earth just got another resurgence with NECA. So, Kevin, if you're interested in Defenders of the Earth, you should start looking at your local EB games in Australia to see if they're going to stock Defenders of the Earth from NECA. Good point, bro. G.I. Joe is not very well known in Australia. Exactly. Dacus Fly, Kevin. It's as long as Thundercats doesn't turn out to look like the movie Cats. As long as it doesn't turn out to look like the movie Cats, 100%. Correct. Peanuts and Soupy is not very popular in Australia at all. Yes. I see where you're coming from. Or Planet of the Apes. They look so corny and fake. So a lot of movies that were done in yesteryear, they just have this a lot of people have a soft spot for them. Like Star Trek, the original Star Trek. A lot of people, it's campy by today's standards, but a lot of people still have a lot of affection for it. Hopkins, I think G.I. Joe is awesome, but it's always intimidated me due to the huge roster of characters, vehicles, scales. My older brother had Motu and Joe's, so I always wished I had some, and was a Turtles kid. Absolutely. Again, that's bunched into those sort of mutants and barbarian kind of shows, which is awesome. Danny, if you could make a figure or meme, for a meme, which meme would it be? Mine would be Dos Ex guy. So I'm not very good with memes. I mean, I laugh at them all the time, but the only meme that would come to mind for me would definitely be Skeletor. He would the movie Skeletor, and he would say something stupid like he would say something like I think the famous line that he made in the movie would definitely be Alpha and Omega, death and rebirth, and as you die, so shall I be reborn. I think that would be a cool meme. Kevin Masters, bro, are you into RoboCop figurines? I want a good one, but they're so expensive. No in between toy lines. I mean, I do like RoboCop figurines. The ones that were released by NECA a few years ago were pretty cool. So for anything affordable, I would definitely suggest looking at the NECA figures if you can find them on the secondary market. Don't know what they're going for right now. I know the ED209s are really expensive on the secondary market right now. Helian Dread. Hey, Helian Dread. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining the stream. Hope Mattel releases a Motu Fright Zone before Snake Mountain. Really? I don't think that's going to happen, Helian Dread. I think Snake Mountain will definitely be out before the Fright Zone. Because at least we can get figures with Fright Zones, whereas Snake Mountain only has that net for figures. But they might modernize Snake Mountain. You just never know, right? It can happen. So it's all in what they decide to do. Because even the Castle Grayskull is slightly modernized. They made a few new additions to it, although it's pretty much. I do agree with you. It's pretty much all the same from the original playset. But I do think if it would be a missed opportunity if they didn't at least incorporate a few of the ideas they did in the new Snake Mountain for classics into the Snake Mountain Master of the Universe Origins Snake Mountain set. The Fright Zone, I don't think they're going to do the same Fright Zone, though, Helian Dread. I don't think that you're not going to get that freaking snake. It's not going to happen. Not unless they can figure out how to make it, more mechanical. I think that's what would end up happening there. And I think I would prefer a more techno-centric Fright Zone, but I don't think that's going to happen either. I think they would definitely fall back on the original Fright Zone, which is not bad. I think it would still be very cool. But I can almost guarantee you, the Snake Mountain is going to come first before the Fright Zone. Kevin, talk a little about Slam Dunk Toy Line, bro. I remember those really cool magazines and cartoon OEVs. Are they available in the Hong Kong franchise? You know what? That is a great segue into what I wanted to talk about with Slam Dunk. So I'm not going to talk about toys, though, surprisingly enough. What I am going to talk about, guys, is for any anime fans out there, if you haven't already heard, guys, some exciting developments in the anime world are coming. According to Anime Senpai and the Slam Dunk official and the Slam Dunk Twitter account, which is really I don't know too much about this, but let's read up on this article. Slam Dunk film coming in fall of 2022. Holy crap! Now I'm going to get to what Slam Dunk is in a minute, but let's just read this. In January 2021, the artist of Slam Dunk manga announced on his Twitter. Okay, so this is actually the Slam Dunk manga. The artist who created Slam Dunk on his own Twitter has officially announced that a Slam Dunk movie is in the works. The Slam Dunk fans were eagerly awaiting further information about the film and the release date. and their prayers have been answered. We finally have the release date for the film through the official Twitter account of Slam Dunk. A teaser visual was released announcing the Slam Dunk film released in Japan in fall of 2022. No further information about the cast of the studio have been revealed, but this is a very exciting development. So there really is no point in playing this. It's just a whole bunch of different names that are flashing up on the screen. Mostly the names of all the basketball characters in the show. From Sohoku, from Shoho, from so many different prefectures who are fighting to get into the finals of the high school basketball tournaments in Japan. And it's the movie. This new movie is slated for fall of 2022. This is incredible. So, guys, what the heck am I talking about, right? If you're an anime fan from the late 90s, you will recognize Slam Dunk. So, I remember when I was a kid. Well, not a kid. Sorry, I remember when I was a lot younger. My only preference in anime was sci-fi and fantasy. Those were the really big animes for me. And out of nowhere, by some miracle, I had a girlfriend in college, and that was hilarious. And she opened my eye, and she was a huge anime fan too. So I remember, we were talking, and she's like, "Do you know any good sports anime?" And I was like, "Sports anime? What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Yeah, one day I want to watch some sports anime." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Have you heard of Slam Dunk?" And she's like, "Oh, is that basketball?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've never watched it." And she's like, "Oh, let's watch it." So, I did some research. I found out where I could rent some anime tapes about Slam Dunk, and yeah, So here's the funny thing. So I didn't realize this at the time, and it dawned on me later that sports anime is not really about sports. Sports anime, there is sports in sports anime is not sports anime. Sports anime is drama. Okay, so you see here all the main characters of the Shohoku team, right? You have Ikagi, you have Rukia. Oh God, it's been so long since I remember all the characters' names. Now that I'm put on the spot. But you have Sakuragi, the redhead guy in the middle, who's the de facto protagonist of the whole series. You have, I think that's Rukia. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Rukia, who's actually a real phenom of the team. Now I'm going to have to I'm pretty sure I'm screwing up half of these names. Give me a second. Rukawa. That's what I was trying to say. I was saying Rukia, but that's actually from Bleach. Okay, so yeah. So the redhead here, that's Sakuragi. He's the protagonist of the whole show. We have the captain, who's Akagi, whose sister is the love interest of Sakuragi. We have Rukia. God, I keep saying it wrong. We have Rukawa. That's right. We have Rukawa, who is actually the phenom of the team. He's literally like the LeBron James. He's like, if I was to he's like what's it called? Who would be akin to what's it called? Kobe Bryant. That kind of dynamic. Then we have oh gosh, what was his name again? The 3-point shooter. Mikagi. I'm trying my best to remember all their names. Mitsui. Sorry, Mitsui. That's right. I have a cheat sheet in the back here. Yeah, Mitsui. Who again? And I'm gonna explain the relationships here. Yeah. So we have Mitsui, who was a phenom 3-point shooter, and then we have oh gosh, Mihai. God, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember all their names. Kyota. That's right, Kyota. Kyota, who is an amazing point guard. So you got to understand this. Back when I was in college, I was huge into anime, and I was really getting into it. It was one of the things I was absolutely obsessed with. And at the time, it was all about science fiction, and it was all about fantasy, and it was all about ultraviolence, and it was all about all these other things. And then out of nowhere, I get a girlfriend, and she's like, "Oh, I want to watch some sports anime." I'm like, "Oh my god, like what? Like One Piece?" And sorry, I'm what's it called? Oh god. See, I still remember, like oh gosh, there are a lot of there are a lot of baseball animes. There's a lot of like soccer animes, and I was kind of like, whatever, sports animes, who cares? But then she's like, no, I want to watch something with basketball or something like that. I was like, all right, I've heard of Slam Dunk. It was like the biggest thing at the time, and a lot of Chinese stores had anime posters all over the place. We used to go to them, pick up bootleg CDs from Japan, from China, sorry, which were Japanese. And a lot of the posters that were on the walls were of Slam Dunk. And she's like, I want to watch that. I'm like, Slam Dunk? And she's like, yeah, I want to watch that anime. So I was like, all right, I'll look for it. So I dug around to all the news groups at the time, and somebody was offering fan subs of Slam Dunk. So I remember picking up a couple of tapes, and I quickly realized sports anime is not sports. If you ever look into an anime, any anime, and you want to watch a sports anime for the sports, you're going to be completely disappointed. Sports anime is not about sports. Sports anime is about drama. You can list like sports-related anime as drama, because honestly, it's literally about the characters themselves. It's great. I had so much fun with Slam Dunk at the time, because it was just it was like superheroes, but using sports as a medium. It's crazy. So we have a Saguragi, who is a who's a delinquent. He's a delinquent from his local school of Shohoku, and he grew up in a bad neighborhood, and he's always picked fights, mainly because his hair is red. And in Japan, the whole idea of being different in Japan makes you a target for a lot of kids. So he got picked on as a kid because he had bright red hair, and yeah, he had to get really tough. And so he had a very close bunch of friends who, because of the way they are, there's just a bunch of shit disturbers, and they would make fun of him every time he got dumped by a girl, which was hilarious. Again, it sets up this whole amazing story about the growth of this one character who was pretty much a school delinquent, a dropout, someone who wasn't going to amount to anything in his life, and then gets challenged, because he hates basketball, because all the guys all the guys who would be getting all these girls were basketball stars. So he made it his lifelong mission to hate basketball. And what ended up happening was Akagi, the captain of the basketball team at Shohoku, he basically there's a whole bunch of things happen in the first couple of episodes, and he ends up getting into an altercation with Akagi, and insults him in a particular way, and hurts his pride, which is a big thing in Japan. So Akagi challenges him to a match, and he doesn't even he says street rules are out the window. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to dribble the ball. You don't have to do anything related to actual basketball. But if you can score one basket on me, if you can score even one basket on me, then I will admit that not that basketball is bad, but I will admit that maybe I'm the basketball isn't everything, right? Because Akagi has this huge pride about basketball. He's made it his lifelong ambition to be the best basketball in the entire prefecture of Japan, right? For the high school finals. So they have this match. Things, everything starts. A whole bunch of things happen. Akagi, obviously, what's his name? Sakuragi has no idea of the rules, but by some miracle, he's able to do things that other people can. The other thing about the show I forgot to mention is Sakagi is like nearly 6 feet tall. He's like 5 foot 5'11", something like that. Like he's extremely tall for a Japanese person, right? Extremely tall. Akagi, I believe, is 6'1", if I'm not mistaken. So he's extremely tall for a Japanese person. And of course, it does appear that Akagi actually has Okinawa roots, so he's got much darker skin, unlike most Japanese people, right? So he himself was also picked on as a kid and grew up in a very thick area. But the whole thing is actually about the drama between the characters themselves. Sakuragi is a delinquent who basically, a punk. He's a punk, right? And he would get in fights in school. He would beat up gangs. He would get into a lot of trouble, and that's something in Japanese society is very, very looked down upon, right? And Akagi is an honor student, believe it or not. Even though he's the captain of the basketball team, he's a role model to everybody around him. People admire him. And again, two completely opposite sides of the spectrum. But in between them, they have the love interest of Sakuragi, who just happens to be the sister of Akagi. So yeah, there's this whole huge dynamic between them. And then there's these other characters like Rukawa. Right? Am I saying that right? Oh man, again, it's been so long since I watched the series. Yeah, Rukawa. Rukawa is the phenom of the entire basketball world at this stage. Everybody's been scouting him. Every single team in Japan, all the high school schools want him, and he goes to Shohoku. Out of all the other places he could have gone to Shoho. He could have gone to Aiwa. He could have gone to anywhere he wanted. Like schools were trying to recruit him, and where does he go to Shohoku? And when asked by so many different people, why did you go to Shohoku, a team which has never made the finals, which hasn't even qualified for any of the actual major tournaments? Why the heck would you go to Shohoku? And his answer is pretty simple. It's close to my house. Like and everybody's like dumbfounded by that response. So, Rukawa has blessed the Shohoku team with his presence because he literally is the Kobe Bryant of the Japanese basketball world. He's a phenom. So Akagi is the center. Rukawa is a point guard, I guess. Sorry, I'm again, the positions I've totally forgotten which they are. Somehow Sakuragi actually becomes a starter on the team. And then there's Mitsui. Mitsui is a complete gangster. Like he's such a delinquent. He's actually joined minor gangs, right? And he's actually gotten into a whole different a number of different fights. And his story is kind of compelling. And at one point he actually goes to actually beat up everybody in the basketball team. Again, it's all about drama. The whole thing is about drama in this story, and it's so great. And I forgot to talk about Miyagi. Miyagi is basically he's short in stature. He's your point guard kind of guy, right? He's very small, but he knows how to make plays during the game. But he has the same problem as Sakuragi has, where he's been dumped multiple times. And they actually end up having a camaraderie and a kinship together. And yeah, they help to make. Then throughout the whole story, they start making a bond. I'm probably not explaining it nearly as well as I should. It's a wonderful drama-filled, basketball-themed anime, but for the most part, it's all about the drama. It's really a lot of fun. So much comedy. The basketball games are a lot of fun too, but they're very Dragon Ball Z in their influences. Like one match can last like 4 or 5 episodes. It's kind of ridiculous, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, a lot of drama, as I said, and it really does showcase a lot of different personalities in the show. But the manga artist who originally created it, I'm probably gonna screw this up. Manga artist. I used to know his name off by heart. Yeah, Takehiko Inoue. So Takehiko Inoue, who's the original artist of the series, he has an incredible striking style. This is the anime designs for Slam Dunk, but the original designs are very, very Japanese in their designs. These are definitely Japanese kids. You can definitely see their overall design is Japanese. Even Sakuragi has a very Japanese face, right? Akagi is definitely probably mixed, or definitely from a different. Like I said, he might be from Okinawa, but yeah. Oh, and I forgot the backup. Their bench, their lead backup bench player. I forgot his name now, but yeah, these are all like typically Japanese people, and it's actually very reminiscent in the show. And from left to right, we can see Miyagi Ryota, Mitsui Hisashi, Rukawa Kaide, Sakuragi Haramichi, Akagi Takenori, and Kogure Kiminobu. So these are the starters here. So number 7, number 14, 11, 10, and number 1. And of course number 5, Kogure is their bench player, but he's like the spiritual part of their team. He keeps them all energized. The art style is so striking for Slam Dunk. I remember when I first started looking at the series, it really was very different from what I expected, and the manga itself is wonderfully illustrated. If you ever have a chance to take a look at the series, I really do suggest you do. It really is a lot of fun. But again, don't think of it as a sports anime. Think of it as a drama, because that's exactly what it is. I'm super excited that they're actually going to be having a movie. The anime itself lasted, I believe, 2.5 seasons. I have all of them on bootleg DVDs. I'm ashamed to say, but yeah, I loved it. It ended too quickly. Basically, it ended on a cliffhanger where and a couple of OAVs and movies where the Shohoku team actually did make it into the prefecture finals. Sorry, the prefecture playoffs, and they were about to face off against teams that were incredibly strong. So I've always wanted to see the conclusion. I've never actually had the opportunity to read the manga. I really should make that transition. I really should try my best to get that done. But the fact that they're actually going to make a Slam Dunk movie, another Slam Dunk movie, coming fall of 2022, super exciting. Hopefully, it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, very excited about that. I don't usually talk about anime on this channel anymore, but I am a huge anime fan, and whenever something really cool comes up, I do like to talk about it. So I hope you guys will forgive me for indulging in that a little bit. But yeah, it is something I'm really looking forward to. Let's see here. Danny, rappers get robbed for flexing their cash. Knock on wood. Do you ever get paranoid flexing your figures too hard? So flexing, I guess you're talking about showing off. I don't really show, like, I'm not thinking that I show off anything really, but not particularly. I mean, like, I'm just collecting toys, Danny. I mean, it's it's not something that nobody's really kind of come in here and just why would anybody rob a guy for a bunch of toys? I just there's nothing overly valuable in here. I mean, if somebody really wants a figure, they can just go buy it on eBay. So no, I'm not particularly afraid. Just doesn't seem like anybody would bother. Also, the reality is I live in Canada. I think that kind of explains itself. Kevin, classify hardcore collecting, bro, because I remember you used to focus more on anime cartoons shows, right? So back when I was younger and I first started my career, I was collecting all anime figures, right? Like I talked about earlier, and I was spending tons of money on them. When I talk about hardcore collecting, basically everything you see here, like in the short amount of time, in less than a year, I've accumulated, like, I can honestly say hundreds of toys now, right? Hundreds of action figures, whether incredibly expensive ones like this beast over here, to just your average action figure, which is anywhere between $14 to $25 to $29.99, and then now it's up to almost $39.99 each. It's really crazy. Can't believe the way the industry is going. But yeah, I'm literally hunting now. Where I used to just do the casual, if it comes in, I'll buy it. kind of situation. No, now I'm actively going out hunting every single day, kind of situation when possible. So yeah, that's the kind of that's the kind of hardcore collecting I've been doing, because that's what it is. My channel was focused on anime, pretty much primarily, and I think you have to understand this, Kevin. Where my channel exploded was when I started doing these hunting videos, and because of that, and because it's a passion of mine anyway, I decided to pivot and actually try doing hunting videos for a time. Now I'm doing a lot of toy news videos as well, and that's actually also getting a lot of traction on the algorithm. So, as a YouTuber, right, somebody who wants to get into YouTube and try to make something out of it, I have to follow what the algorithm is doing. And right now the algorithm is saying, hey, your channel has been identified as a toy channel, right, as a collector channel. So I'm doing that. I'm following that line of collecting, right? Where I used to do primarily reviews on anime and anime culture and retro anime. Now I've pivoted and actually I've gone in a different direction with toys. I made a second channel for anime specific reviews, but unfortunately, just because of how busy I am with this toy channel and collecting channel, it's taken a back seat, and I really do regret that, because I really love talking about anime. As you can see, I really have a passion for anime and retro anime specifically. So yeah, it's a bit of a disservice to the original reason I started this channel, but at the same time, sometimes when you find some moderate amount of success, you have to keep going on that direction, because to deviate from that will mean a loss for that audience. So yeah, for those of you who have been here forever, I do apologize for the lack of anime content, but I am sprinkling it in here every so often. So I hope that keeps everybody interested. And thank you, Kevin, for sticking with me. I know you've been one of my longtime viewers, and I really do appreciate it. Danny, Wwe collecting for a year? You prude. I know, right? Just crazy. Armando, I hope before Origins line ends, they'll release the Eternia, an Eternia set. They would have to still release, as a lot of us have been talking about, they still have to release Snake Mountain, and they still have to release the Fright Zone before they release Eternia. Eternia itself was a swan song project. Oh my god. Armando, are you referring to the X-Men Origins? I never liked the Origins look. It just doesn't look right. No, Kevin, unfortunately, he's talking about Massive Universe Origins. Danny, Kevin, I've seen like the big RoboCop figures, but are they smaller? What would be your max budget for any particular figure or toy unit, Kevin? So that's the problem, right, Kevin? I don't really know. Like when a figure comes up on the market that I really want, I will more often than not make it happen. So with Guy King Daiku Mario, right? That's going to be almost $1,400 Canadian if I didn't, if I was to go about it the way. Well, it's going to be cheaper than that, but I was lucky enough to find another distributor. But it's going to be in and around $1,300 by the time it gets to my house. So I've purchased like major big ticket items before. Unicron up here, Snake Mountain over there, now Daiku Mario and Blitzway. The Blitzway Voltron, the Thunder Tank. These are things I'm absolutely passionate about, and I really want to collect them. And they got huge sticker prices, right? So, in terms of an overall budget, I don't know. Every time I think I've spent too much on a particular figure, all of a sudden another one like Daiku Mario comes up, and I've gone above that. So, yeah, it's tough to say, Kevin. It's tough to say. Danny, New Age Carl Urban, Judge Dredd versus classic RoboCop. Question for the chat. I'm gonna say my nostalgic heart says classic RoboCop, because I do love that show, I do love that movie, I do love that property. But I have to say, Judge Dredd, the new one with Carl Urban, was awesome. It was really awesome. I was hoping that they would actually do that live action series with Carl Urban, but it never really came to fruition. It's too bad. Kevin, do you consider She-Ra Princess of Power part of the Motu universe? Absolutely, 100%. I do. I mean, from a collecting perspective, yes, 100%. Now, sorry, from a collecting perspective, no, I will not collect the Princess of Power line. They were so close to dolls and they just did not do it for me. It's just something I would not collect. The Master Universe Classics versions of the She-Ra figures, I will absolutely collect those because they are in akin to the Classics Filmation versions, 100%. Even Scorpia on the Master Classics, I am looking for a Scorpia. I definitely want a Scorpia. If anybody has them and is willing to part with them, I want Scorpia. Yeah, those are in the Classics line. They're 100% along the lines of Master Universe. In the original Princesses of Power line, no, they were just a bit too girly for me. That's something I would not be collecting. Diecast Fly. Hey Jay, when you get a chance, check out the show LA Finest on Netflix. One of my songs is featured in episode 4 at 2300. Oh, you write songs, Diecast Fly? Oh, that's amazing, my brother. Holy crap. I will definitely check that out. I will definitely check out episode 4 at the very least at 23 minutes. Guys, let's all check out the LA Finest on Netflix if you have the show. Our brother Diecast Fly has a song in episode 4. If anyone's interested in checking out LA Finest, definitely check out episode 4 at 23 minutes. I will definitely be checking that out, Diecast Fly. Thank you for letting me know. That is awesome. Holy crap, I'm so far behind. Kevin. At Danny, exactly. You cannot get a good 7-inch anymore. You guys are funny. No, the new Snake Eyes sucks badly. I fell asleep numerous times. Again, this is all opinion based. Everyone should watch the movies and make an opinion of your own. You might enjoy it, you might not. That is your opinion. JTYW27 at Kevin Masters. Slam Dunk is a Japanese manga and anime franchise. Yes, it's true. Did somebody ask the question? I didn't even know that. Armando, I've been collecting for about a couple months myself. Missed out on Super 7 Snake Mountain and am considering buying one off of eBay at $1,000. Oh no, Armando, don't. Oh man. You know what? I'm not going to stop you. Unfortunately, that is the going rate right now because it was a made-to-order situation and they don't have any more. So, best of luck to you, Armando. I hope you get a decent price for a Snake Mountain. I'm wishing you the best. Oh, really? I thought it was Chinese or from Hong Kong. No, most animes are from Japan, and they're exported to other countries like China. And China really loves anime, 100%. They really do. That's why. Let's check out the Studio 86 series Transformers. Yes, before we end off tonight, let us definitely double check. I can't believe it. There's so many people in the chat. I'm not going to get to everybody, unfortunately, tonight, guys. I'm sorry to say that. But to end off tonight, let's have a look at the Studio Series 86 Transformers. Oh my God, these things are amazing. Today at yesterday, I guess, FanFest Fridays celebrated the 35th anniversary of Transformers the movie. Holy crap. I cannot believe this, guys. I'm so excited for this. This is insane. I, of course, am a big fan of Transformers the movie. One of my absolute all-time defining moments as a child. I couldn't believe it. Saw it in the theaters. Was freaking blown away by what I saw. Loved it. I did cry when, I'm going to say it this way. Let me do it that way. Let me do that again. I cried. Okay? I cried. I admit it. I cried when Optimus Prime died. It was one of those emotional moments of me as a kid, which really helped to define, who I was as a person at that time, and really still hits me hard today. Honestly, it was one of those moments. I totally welled up inside. I could not believe it. I was not so emotional that my parents had to drag me out of the theater, but I did cry, and I was so moved by what I saw. It was just crazy. Self-sacrifice, fighting to win the day, just amazing values that were in that story, and the bloodlust that Megatron showcased in that movie. It was chilling, honestly. There were a lot of things in that film which still scare me today. Honestly, like a lot of the scenes, Megatron was out for blood. It was ridiculous. He was killing he was on a nonstop bloodbath. It was ridiculous. So to celebrate that wonderful movie, Hasbro has unveiled the newest offerings for their Studio 86 line for the Transformers the movie figures. I can't believe this. We do have, at last, Studio Series 86 Leader Class Coronation Starscream. Oh my god, I can't believe this. I always thought that this would only ever be a Masterpiece Transformers edition. Now, in celebration of 35 years of Transformers, they finally released the absolute crown jewel, at least for a lot of fans, for that scene in the movie, the Coronation Starscream. He looks gorgeous, honestly. I have to say, he is incredible. Comes with his crown, his big shoulder pads there, the gigantic shoulder pads. Yeah, he's just amazing. Also comes with this incredibly gigantic flowing cape, and this was the first time I saw fabric in a Transformers. They brought it over to Kingdom with Ultra Magnus when he was wearing that hoodie, which made no sense to me. It was just kind of ridiculous. But yeah, he looks incredibly regal here. And of course, what is Starscream's coronation without his crown? Oh my god, wonderfully realized here in plastic form. I love this figure. I'm so excited to be able to add this to my collection. Holy crap. And it just is totally inspired by the Masterpiece toy. You know, the fact that the cape unfurls, so he does the opening of his cape, to call forth his Decepticons. They've retooled his hands so that they can open, so he can do his speech. Yeah, just wonderful additions to this character. Loving him. He is incredible. They showcase the packaging, and as an added bonus, he comes with a freaking throne, guys. Oh my god, this is crazy. He comes with his own throne. Now, eagle-eyed viewers and eagle-eyed fans will recognize this as not a throne. This is actually, well, I guess it could be a throne, but this is the commander's chair, the captain's chair of the Nemesis, which is the ship which brought the Decepticons to Earth, and we see Megatron sitting on this chair on the first episode of the Transformers original series, the G1 Transformers, but they've decided to include it with Starscream as his throne, which is just perfect. It's just absolutely perfect. Here we have Starscream sitting on his throne, looking all magnificent. I don't know why they took his crown off. I don't know why they took off his shoulder pads. Why do that? This guy should be sitting here with all of his stuff. I mean, you can see his cape is attached to the back. So why would you do that? Anyway, he's going to be an amazing figure. His Ultimo is pretty much the same. Packaging design is going to be unique. I think they're starting to opt for no plastic on their or as little plastic as they have to use on all their packaging from now on. So yeah, the packaging design is specifically cardboard, pretty much the way Jetfire and now Rodimus Prime are going to be packaged. But he is not a commander class. He is a leader class. So he's going to be priced a lot higher than most Transformers. Not as high as Rodimus or Jetfire, but wonderful box design. It's going to have a full illustration of the front with Starscream in his coronation mode. Studio 86 Coronation Starscream leader class. Can't believe it. This is going to be excellent. I can't wait for this new release. I am super excited about this, guys. Holy crap! Cannot believe this. They also released Scourge, who it's not a disappointment, but it was kind of expected. I mean, he's going to be one of those army building lines, but this isn't Scourge. This is actually one of the sweeps. He has a slightly different color. He's just basically Scourge with a different color scheme, slightly lighter colors, just to differentiate between him and Scourge. Exactly the same transformation, exactly the same attachments. Still comes with a clear with a box. Now, from what I understand, this probably actually might have the box itself with no cellophane, and so basically this is going to be a problem in my opinion, because I think what's going to have happening is you're going to have a lot of pieces which are going to be stolen. I've seen that multiple times at Walmarts where kids just reach in and take guns, a lot of the blasters and stuff like that. So yeah, this might prove to be problematic in the future, but yeah, still a very interesting release. Again, another army builder, right? It's a sweep, so very cool. But the other really big announcement for me was definitely Perceptor. Perceptor has always been a wonderful character. My cousin, as I mentioned in my review, sorry, my showcase of these reveals today, he had Perceptor as a kid, and he ended up becoming a doctor. Again, life is strange, right? life is funny, but he was always very, very analytic, and Perceptor has always been that wonderful character. Has had a huge presence in the G1 series. Yeah, his design is very much G1 inspired, definitely straight out of the cartoon. Obviously celebrating the 8-6 movie. Can't wait to get my hands on this guy. Did find it interesting that they did showcase that he has 2 alt modes. The first one, of course, being his microscope alt mode, which is very classic. Definitely G1 inspired, 100%. But then, and I always wondered this as a kid, because they never really showcased it. Apparently, he was a triple changer. And he actually had a tank mode, which would explain why he had these treads at the bottom of his legs. As a kid, I was always wondering, why does he have treads? If you actually look at the G1 version, he does have treads. So yeah, apparently he did have a tank mode. Now, this is just ridiculous because if you actually, like, as I said in my review, I just think that his tank mode is his microscope mode, and all he did was lean over. I think that's the only thing that they did. They literally took the microscope mode and have him, lean over a little bit, and there you go. He's a tank. Just this, interesting way of looking at it. Obviously, just added value, quote unquote, for a triple changer kind of feature. But yeah, just kind of left you wanting as a kid, really. Which is why I really don't think they made such a big deal out of it. It was part of the Diaclone line, so I guess with micro characters, to the left and right, maybe you could sell it a little bit better. But yeah, definitely something of less importance than I would have put it. His packaging design is also similar to Starscream's. They're going in this new direction where they're just going to have mostly cardboard, very little plastic if they can avoid it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he's strapped down. Pretty much, I expect he's going to be strapped down much the same way he was as Jetfire. So yeah, interesting reveals. Definitely exciting reveals for all these. I am super excited about this. Not so much for the sweep, but definitely for 8-6 Perceptor, and of course, unequivocally, I am super excited for Coronation Starscream. This is going to be great. Can't believe this. Super excited about these. They are already sold out at HasbroPulse.com. $52.99 for Starscream, $31.99 for the sweep, and $22.99 for Perceptor. All sold out. But have no fear. Big Bad Toy Store to the rescue. Guys, if you missed out the pre-order for any of those figures on HasbroPulse.com, head over to Big Bad Toy Store. A few extra dollars here and there. Yeah, so it's going to cost you about $1 extra on each figure, but that's well worth it. $54 for Starscream, $33 for the sweep, and $24.99 for Perceptor. I think Perceptor is the one who actually has the most. No, it's only two extra dollars. So yeah, definitely head over to Big Bad Toy Store if you're still looking to grab any of these Studio Series figures. This is amazing. I am so excited about this. I am in love with, as always. I've been in love with the Transformers movie ever since I was a kid. Great film, generation changing, generation defining for me as a kid and a toy collector and a lover of Transformers. Amazing. And for any of you guys who are in the U.S., mark down your calendars because the Transformers movie is coming to theaters. I believe. Gosh, I really have to start writing these things down. Transformers movie in theaters. Yeah, August 8th. No, that was 1986. Hold on. There it is. So thanks to Fathom Events, Fathom Events in the U.S., the Transformers 35th anniversary movie will be in theaters Sunday, September 6th, and Sunday, September 26th, Tuesday, September 28th. So, guys, definitely get your tickets. They're on sale now. You can actually pick them up. Put in your city's location, and you should be able to pick up tickets for your local theater. Guys, if you have not seen Transformers the movie in theaters, you owe it to yourself to head over and pick up a couple of tickets, because honestly, it is quite the experience in theaters. I cried. It was an amazing film. When Optimus Prime died, I really cried. It was just one of those life-changing moments for me. Incredible. So yeah, that that was just an incredible life-changing moment for me. It was insane. All right, so we're going to take a few more questions, a few more comments that we can before we have to end the stream tonight. But guys, I did want to thank each and every one of you for showing up for joining me on the stream. It's always been amazing. You guys are incredible. Yeah. Here we go. I've been collecting them. So Armando, I've been collecting them for a month. We were talking about that. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Chris, Jay, did you find the vintage head He-Man Skeletor yet? I was lucky enough and found them in a Tobago Toys R Us for the last two. You know, Chris, you've been lucky. Nobody's been able to find them. So congratulations, my friend. JTYW27, Kevin Masters, Japanese anime is really popular in Hong Kong. I know when I first watched Dragon Ball Z, it was a Cantonese dub from Hong Kong. Beautiful. Kevin, pardon me. Here's something I need to hear your take on. With voice actors more iconic, like Larry Kenny of Lion-O or Optimus Prime, Peter Cullen. I love PC, but I would give it to Larry Kenny for being such a manly hero voice. I kind of find that funny, actually, that you say that, Kevin, because I always thought Larry Kenny's voice was a little high-pitched. I'd have to give it to Optimus Prime, Peter Cullen. He not only voiced Optimus Prime, he voiced a whole generation of wonderful characters over the years, much like Larry. Larry Kenny did a whole bunch of wonderful characters as well. But there is something there is a gravity to Peter Cullen's voice. You know, whether he's doing the opening monologue for Voltron, whether he's doing Optimus Prime, or you know any number of wonderful characters over the years. A lot of them have escaped me off the top of my head, but he has done an incredible amount of work. His body work is vast. But I would also really like to acknowledge Larry Kenny's accomplishments. He's incredible. You know, whether it's Bluegrass, whether it's what's it called, Lion-O, or any number of characters that he's voiced. He's an incredible talent as well. But I do have to default to Optimus Prime. Such gravity in his voice, and you know, such a measured, heroic role, which really has touched generations. Yeah. JTW27, good point. I bought a video containing 2 to 3 Dragon Ball Z episodes, and you're right, it was in Cantonese. Kevin, a slam dunk film would be like Space Jams on steroids, as those dunks they did in the series was mind-blowing. I'm not sure if they were mind-blowing. They were kind of memorable, I would say that. And the way they happened, the build-up and the lead-up to the dunks that happened, yes, they were incredible. And when they actually counted, even made more sense. So yeah, definitely loved Kevin. Definitely loved the fact that they're making a new movie. Renegade Biker 24. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you, my brother. Rukawa. Yes, Rukawa. Shayna. Hey, Jade, everybody. Shayna, we did it. We did it. We're gonna get Macho Man Randy Savage. What? And Doink. Doink has made it. I couldn't believe it. I actually lost my mind when I heard that Doink was going to be back. And we're well on the way to receiving the 8,000 backers. So congratulations, Shayna. Congratulations, everybody. Diecast Fly, everybody who backed this thing. Fabulous Disaster. You guys deserve it. Kevin, Akagi. No. Oh, God. So, point number 1. I don't read Tagalog very well. Angmang logran ay hindi lamang para sa Jeez Louise. Kevin, you're really testing me here because I can't really read Tagalog. I have to hear that. Angmang lorun. Okay, so I want to learn. Ay hindi lamang para sa bata. Okay, I think I know what you're saying, Kevin. Seriously, why did you bother doing that? I really, I can't. Tagalog is not my. Honestly, it's been so long since I've actually spoken a lot of Tagalog. So hold on for a second here. The real problem is that I can't read Tagalog. I can only speak it. Where'd you even get that? Is that Google Translate? What is it that you're trying? What is it you're trying to say there? You had a girlfriend, really? Hold on. Kevin, is that so hard to believe? Just wondering if you're trying to be endearing or insulting. One of the other two. Okay, I can barely understand what you said there. Yeah, toys are not just for kids. And yes, I did have a girlfriend at one time. Just so you know, Kevin. Danny. Kevin, he gets... yeah. Again, Danny, you've definitely got that hard streak in you, eh? That's a good joke there, Danny. That's awesome. I used to go to Chinese. I used to go to those Chinese new agencies to pick up those Jademan. The Jademan Street Fighter comics. They were awesome. Who remembers those? They came out once every 2 weeks and were about 20 pages long. Look it up on Google. They were fun. They were a lot of fun. I did like them. They were fun takes on Street Fighter. It was hilarious. If you can score one basket for me, I'll admit I'm gay. I don't even know where that comes from, Kevin. That's a weird one. You're 6'1", pretty normal height, but I'd say people say I'm tall for an Asian. Yes, you are actually very tall for an Asian. I'm 5 foot. I'm 5'7". So, Danny, listen to you talking about basketball anime makes me never want to watch it. Give it a shot, Jenny. You actually might be surprised. Kevin, you never know. Jay's right. I used to fast forward through Slam Dunk episodes because there's a lot of drama and love circles. Little action, but it's awesome to watch when they play basketball. It's funny. This is true. I used to get told I look like a power forward guy. Oh, that's interesting. Akugi looks like John Cena. That's funny. Jermaine, hey Jermaine, good to see you, brother. Yeah, I thought they had a pair of Air Jordan Retro 6 based on that anime, and in that picture they have on Jordans. Nice. That must have went for a pretty penny. Yeah, I also collect sneakers, dude. You are awesome. Man, I'm not going to get through all these. All right, I'm going to have to try and grab through all these. Kevin, thanks for the love, bro. I have been the sub for over 3 years. Dude, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Bro, out of curiosity, do you pose your toys, or do you actually play with them now and then? Honestly, if I had more room, they'd all be out of their packages. But the reality is it's just hard. Like, seriously, they're all over the place. I don't know. Like, look at that. Like, it's just... it's just become just a collecting, kind of thing that I do. Like, I really need to. I'm trying to arrange a room in my house so that I can really get this all together. Noise Diecast 5, yes. Armando, no. Danny, thanks. I appreciate it. Hillian Dread. Mattel needs to release Castle Grayskull spacesuits, standalone. Yes, I agree. Along with the spirit of Grayskull accessories, because PowerCon exclusive pack is selling between $500 and $1,400. Boom! What the heck? Seriously? That is freaking crazy. Oh my god, you were absolutely right, Hillian. Even if they're different colors or whatever, they need to re-release those. Crazy. I want those scalping prices to fall. That's crazy. Danny, I cried when Charlotte died after spinning her last web for Wilbur. Yeah, Charlotte's Web was an awesome film. Diecast Fly. Thanks, Jay. I had friends that were still crying Monday after the weekend that Transformers movie came out. Absolutely, my friend. Yusuk. I also teared. It ruined my childhood. You suck or you should. Anyway, I cried. I don't care. I don't care who knows about it. I'm I'm confident in my manhood. Diecast Fly, Jermaine Hunter. I used to collect sneakers and Timberlands, designer belts, and colognes. Man, you guys are on another level of collecting. Running Biker. I'm hoping that I get classified Roblox today, and then I will compare it with the vintage 92 Ford Roblox version 1 when I get him. That would be awesome, dude. Fingers crossed for you. Kevin, does anybody enjoy collecting Inspector Gadget? Massively underrated. I wish I could have gotten that Inspector Gadget figure. I hope it's still on sale. It's looking really cool. It's by Blitzway too, right? Blitzway is releasing it. Diecast Fly, Kevin. A company called Blitzway put on there you go, an amazing 1/12 scale Inspector Gadget with all of his attachments. Really? Wow, I'll check it out. Yeah, go to Big Bad Toy Store. Hopefully it's still on sale. Danny, what was the show where the human soldiers transformed into vehicles? No, not Transformers. You're going to have to be more specific than that, Danny. That's a hard one to sell. I don't know which ones you're talking about. Was there anything else defining about the series? What were the names of the main characters? Kevin, does anybody know if a dinosaur toy, the Dinosaurs toy exists? One of my big childhood toys. I think that's a very obscure cartoon. I'm thinking no. Diecast Fly, Perceptor was a futuristic design like Hot Rod, Cup, and Blur. Yes, but he was a microscope first. Kevin, forget which episode, but Perceptor was circuits were screwed and he transferred all of his alt modes and its cannon was treaded. Well, okay, I can't remember which episode, but Perceptor was circuits were screwed and he transformed into his alt modes, and it's a cannon with treads, wheels, not a tank. Okay, you know better than I do, Kevin, because I did not know that, and I can't remember which episode that is. 3 a.m. gang. Yeah, this is 3 a.m. guys. Thanks for sticking around. You guys are awesome. I'm trying to get through all the. Oh, we're at the tail end of it. Armando, good journey until next time. Good journey, my friend. Good journey. Danny Rayner, peace. Kevin, yeah, I believe it's on Big Bad Toy Store's website. It is. You're such a nice guy. She ought to be your wife now. No, unfortunately, that didn't work out. We had our differences. Shayna, I know I couldn't believe we only got the ring, but not only the ring, but all the tiers. Can't wait. Congratulations to everybody who backed it. You guys deserve it. Kid Chuckle. Oh my God, Kid, what are you doing? It's 3:30 in the morning. Good to see you, good to see you, my brother. Diecast Fly, get some rest, man. Don't forget to check out the episode 4 of LA Finest. 100%. Good night, Diecast Fly. Danny Raider, Diecast Fly. What is the song called? It is called During a Scene. It's during a scene with Ernie Hudson. I think Danny wants to know the song's title. Actually, Diecast Fly. Renegade. I'm going to upload a video of the 1984 vintage Roblox version 1. I will have it up to look at. Getting all 27 different variations of Roblox. I'm producing the video right now and we'll upload soon. Guys, please check out Renegade Biker 24's YouTube channel. He's got some amazing content. You won't regret it. Diecast Fly, Dad Randy Raider is called Back 'em Down. Thank you guys to everybody. And Danny, thank you. Diecast Fly, thank you. Kid Chuckle, thanks for coming. Shayna, congratulations. Oh gosh. Kevin Masters, thank you for the long support. You really appreciate it. Armando, everybody else who was here tonight, you guys are amazing. Guys, thank you again for joining me for the Saturday morning live stream. Man, you guys are amazing. 2.5 hours. What a night. What an amazing set of announcements happened today between Studio Series 86, Starscream, Coronation Starscream, Perceptor, Sweep, the congratulations to everybody who backed the WWE ring. You guys are amazing. You guys are going to be getting your Macho Man Randy Savage announcers pack. You're going to be getting Diesel. You're going to be getting Doink. Sorry, you're going to be getting Doink, and you're going to be getting, of course, the WWE ring with everything included. Congratulations to everybody who's backed it. You guys did it. You guys did an amazing job. Fear of missing out really showcased itself. Human nature really did showcase itself. Guys, thank you again for spending some time with me. This is definitely one of the highlights of my weekend. Spending time with you guys is always amazing. I really do appreciate it. Guys, I love each and every one of you. Please be safe. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Take care of all your loved ones out there. I hope all you guys are doing well and staying safe. Kevin, stay strong, my brother. Our thoughts are with you. I hope everything's okay in Australia. You guys are going to get through this. We're all going to get through this, guys. We're all in this together. It's only another step in the human trials. This is going to pass, guys. Thank you again for sticking with me all this time. I really appreciate all your support. You guys mean the world to me. Thank you very much for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing to the channel. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching.